A new life, new game, new peace, new moves, let's play. You say you wanna know more, just see more. Open up your eyes, start looking, let me be more. We forge a new path forward, just follow my lead, girl, it's time to get free.
So it is December 31 or 31st, 2023. It is 11:24 p.m. It's almost midnight, y'all. It's almost January 1st. And I am bringing you guys an end of the year review. If you're wondering why I sound like this, I somehow got sick this week, and I'm feeling better. I am feeling better. However, I still have sinus pressure, so my ears hurt. It's very sensitive to noise. Even when I speak, I can kind of hear myself, and it hurts. But I'm okay. That's all that matters. And I'm gonna go ahead and film this video. So let me scoot up and let me turn this way. So yeah, let's get into the end of the year review. Honestly, y'all, this year was pretty much the perfect year to start off the progress that I'm trying to do and the work that Yahweh is making in me, like the work that he's putting into me to create me to be the person and woman and potential wife and mother that he intended me to be. He allowed me to accomplish a lot of things this year. My mentality on a lot of things has changed as well. I did a vision board at the beginning of this year. I've noticed that my problem is I get too excited and too amped up and forget to be realistic. Because y'all, for this month, for example, I said I was gonna do 30-day talking to the camera challenge, and I failed. I failed, and that's okay, because this year I learned a new acronym, which is FAILed, F-A-I-L. It means first attempt in learning, and I learned something from trying that challenge. I realized that people really put their hard work and time into making these videos, because the editing by itself is crazy. I was like, okay, so yeah, I did fail, but that's okay. I'm doing it again now. It gave me the motivation I needed to propel into this year. So I accept that fail, and I learned from it, and I'm going to do better with the upcoming year. And so that's why when you fail at something, don't look at it as a negative thing, because that just means that you need to re-strategize what you did and analyze what went wrong and how you can improve it. That's all. It's just a lesson, a lesson. So yes, but let's go ahead and move into the monthly review. I don't want this to be too long. My mental is like the thing that has changed my life overall this year. Coming into this year, I wanted to do better and be better. I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say this, how many times y'all gonna hear this, but God is so intentional. I appreciate him so much for moving me to where I am now, moving me to a whole different state out of Troy. I'm gonna leave it at that, but I really do appreciate him so much. So I did move to a new state. I have my own place. Woo woo. For majority of this year, I didn't have social media, y'all. I was off and on with it. Now, I wouldn't even say off and on. I would go months without being on it and then maybe check in, because social media is where I would get most of my communications from other people. I don't really text people, and so if I was to text people, it would be because of social media. I would recommend taking a 6-month social media detox break. If you could do a year, that'd be perfect, but 6 months is good enough. I found so much peace, and that's not even because of myself, but that's because of God too. He put me into a place where I can have peace and help me find it and stuff. But when you have social media, you see other people's lives. You're like, well, why I'm not doing this, and they doing this, and this. But at the same time, like, you're very happy for that person, so you're kind of confused on why you're feeling this way. And so it's just so much of mental confusion. But I really loved it. I would really recommend you guys do that. I did start incorporating juices and smoothies into my diet. I started to eat healthier and become more mindful of what I am consuming, which was the best thing I could have did this year too. Like, I don't drink dairy. I drink almond milk or coconut milk, stuff like that. I don't eat red meat or stuff like that. I rarely ate red meat. I did eat it occasionally, but that's if I'm like out with other people, like on a restaurant. But if I'm cooking it, it's more like ground turkey, ground chicken breast, chicken, salmon. I love me some salmon. So stuff like that. I've been eating very well for the most part, but not all of it. I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say that I did not have like a cake every 2 weeks. I'm not gonna lie and say that I didn't do that, because I most definitely had a cake. I think the biggest realization I had this year was my perception of women and how we should act. That has been crazy realization. I'm still trying to derail or deconstruct the thoughts that I've been taught through social media, or the behaviors that I taught through social media, like how we should act, how we should dress, how we should behave, all that stuff that was taught by social media. I'm trying to deconstruct that right now, and so I'm still trying to figure all that stuff out, especially the clothing and stuff. On a good note, at least I know of it, I'm now aware of it, and I'm trying to change it, so that's a plus. We gotta love that. The biggest accomplishments that God gave to me this year was, one, a relationship with him, getting to know him, his son, and his spirit, like getting to have that connection with all three. And I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I'm still trying to cultivate that relationship to make it stronger and unbreakable. I think majority of that is kind of on me, like self-doubt in me, but that means that I just have to have faith in him. That's basically what that means. I don't know how to explain it. This year I did get a new job. I do have a full-time big girl job. Yay, gotta love that. And then I do own a car. I have a car in my name. So yay! Did cross some things off of your list. So good job this year. Personal achievement, I would still say, for most of everything, I'm gonna say that I love the fact that I am deepening my relationship with Yahweh. I think you're gonna hear that throughout this video and throughout my platform, throughout my channel. You will continuously hear that, because I'm so amazed and excited at the same time. Like, I'm like, wow, but wow, like you really put in the time to get to know him, which is awesome. So yes, that's the main, like that's number one for this category, is the effort that I am putting into cultivating my relationship with Yahweh and his son, and trying to understand and be baptized in the Holy Spirit. This year is maybe the first time I've ever really delved into the Bible. So I would just leave that at that, because that's crazy. Yes, I've been reading my Bible a lot this year. I'm not even gonna downsize that because I was about to. But yes, I've been reading my Bible a lot this year. Good job, girl. Get into that word. I started a prayer journal, which was the best thing I could have done. That was towards the ending of the year, maybe September, August, around that time. And then I do have a prayer closet that when I moved, I was like, wow, this is perfect. I started using it more towards the ending of this year, which is okay. I can continue that next year, so it's no worries, no biggie. And then some other stuff. I cooked more. I never thought I would be a cooker, but you know, it's not that hard. You got recipes. You know, I read 4 books. That's amazing. Didn't think I would do that, because I've always been that type of person, like, I don't like reading. You read? Really? You have the focus to even do that, man? Are you kidding me? Boy, what? So yeah, I was that type of person. Nah, I'd rather just watch TV. Like, it was like, if you read this book and then watch the movie. Nah, I'm finna watch the movie. I'm not finna read no dang book. Who got the time to read a book? Like, be for real. But I understand that knowledge is power and knowledge is everything. Like, no one can take away your knowledge. That's one thing that could not be taken from you. That's what I'm about. I'm about growing, bettering myself, gaining knowledge as much as possible, and incorporating what I learned into my life on a daily basis. Not just to read it just because, you know. A lot of people do that, and I did that. Whatever you're learning, make sure you incorporate it and taking action afterwards. Biggest disappointments, y'all. I don't know what it is about laziness and procrastination, but it got me in a chokehold. And that's something that I am trying not to allow to control me, not allow it to have me be a slave to it. You know what I mean? So I gotta figure out a way to control that, or to find out how to get out of it. Like, I really do have to figure out like what the heck I gotta do to overcome laziness and procrastination. And part of that is TV and sleep. I love me some TV, y'all. It's just a way for my mind to relax and not think. And that's why I watch TV. So next year, I'm just gonna try to just do stuff, not think about it, just act. Areas I want to improve: I want to manage my money better. I want to stop allowing negative thoughts to control me and come out of my mouth. I want to only speak positive things out loud and not speak negativity onto myself or anyone else. And I want to stop being so critical on myself, pretty tough on myself. And I shouldn't be. I can see myself being someone great in the future that I'm not being currently, and I'm like, dang girl, you gotta do better. I also want to exercise more and complain less. My best memories and moments is when maybe I'm singing to worship music, or sitting on the couch just thinking how great God has been. I don't know, it's just moments to where I can just feel God's presence around me, or just in me. Like, I get chills and I'll just start smiling. Like, I'll be like, oh my goodness, he is so good. That's one of my favorite moments. Those are my favorite moments, is when I can just feel his presence all around me, and I just get engulfed with happiness and with peace and joy and just cheery. Like I can just like a little girl. Like, I get so excited. I remember when me and my mom, when I came home, I think it was Thanksgiving, we went to 4 dirt cheaps in one day. Y'all, that was crazy. And it's not out of the norm. We do stuff like that. We love going to discount shops and going to thrift stores and stuff like that, and yard sales. So I like when we have those moments. I would say that my dad and I relationship has gotten way better this year. So we've been having a lot of thought-provoking conversations on the phone. So that's those phone calls are part of my favorite memories of this year too. And y'all, can y'all believe I went on 3 solo dates? I've never been the type of person to sit at a restaurant and eat by myself. Like, I was like, people would tell me that. I was like, you seriously did that? How? Like, I would be amazed and astonished. I'm like, I could never. And I did it. I was very nervous and anxious, but it was amazing, y'all. So I'm going to do more solo dates next year. Okay, and then lastly, we have gratitude. So of course, I'm gonna have to say I'm just so thankful for all the opportunities and blessings that Yahweh has given me this year, and all my friends and family. I'm just so grateful for all of them as well. I'm grateful for Yahweh putting my parents into my life to be able to be my mentors now. You know, I'm older now, and so they've been steering me. They're still being my parents, I guess you can say, but they're more like mentors to me. So I really take heed to what they say and their advice and stuff. So I appreciate that so much. I still have my same friend, best friend, that's like a sister to me since last year. Like, I think we've made it a year of our friendship. I'm still glad and grateful to still have her as my friend, as my best friend. So for my goals for this year, I did try to base it off of my vision board that I created for this year. This is just the things that I accomplished this year. I'm keeping my 2023 vision board for this year because there's things on there that I still want to do and haven't accomplished yet. So I'm gonna keep it, but these are the things that I accomplished this year. I would say this is a good start. It's a good start for the journey that I'm on, and I am grateful and appreciative of being able to accomplish these goals. Okay, so insights gained for this year. I learned to take each day a day at a time. I have to understand that I'm not gonna change overnight. I'm not gonna accomplish a lot of things overnight. Like, even with YouTube, I'm not gonna have 1,000 subscribers overnight. So that's just not, I mean, it's possible, but it's not realistic. You know, just take it day by day, and there's no reason to rush. I would say something, I'm not sure if you can call it a conviction, but I do feel bad when I don't show people grace, because I'm not gonna say used to, because I still do it. I get irritated and frustrated pretty quickly, and so depending on the person, that can turn into anger. So I want to show people more grace. And I know my coworker taught me, she said, you can attract more flies with honey than with vinegar, meaning that it's more easier to get what you want rather than being mean and rude to that person. So since we're not perfect, there's probably things that we're always gonna have to work on. And that's okay. Like, you shouldn't want to remain complacent anyway. You know, you should always want to continue growing and becoming a better person, a better version of yourself. You know, if there's something about yourself that is bothering you, change it. You know, it's gonna take some hard work, but you can do it. Put your mind to it, you can do anything you want, you know? Your mind is the thing that controls everything you do. So your mind's not right. If your mind's not in it, you're not gonna do it. If I had to describe this year in 3 words, I would say transformative, joyful, and mind-blowing. Transformative because this year has transformed me into, you know, I feel like phase 1 maybe, or the planting the seed phase. Joyful because I've been really at peace. I've been at peace and I've been joyful. I've been happy. Bit lonely sometimes, but overall happy and joyful. And then mind-blowing because I've learned so much, did so many things that I didn't think that would be possible or that I could do, because I'm like, that, oh, okay. Me and God, this is where I live now. This the job I got. God, you did that again? And you protected me from, and she's still my, God really got my back, like Yahweh. Oh, he did some amazing things this year. And I just have a feeling that he's gonna do it next year too. So this is what I want you guys to do, okay? I want y'all to do the same thing. I want you to review this past year, the year of 2023. Reflect on all of it. If you started a journal or if you ever journaled this year, reread them. And if you didn't start a journal, I would advise you to start one next year. I just made a video about the journal that I'm using for 2024, so check out that video and you can maybe use that one too. Pick it up off of Amazon and hey, let's journal together. I would really recommend it. Like, I highly recommend you getting a journal and journaling every day. And then lastly, write a gratitude list. You know, write what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for all the things that has happened this year. And then if something bad happened, you know, look for those positive things that came out of that negative situation, because there's always something positive to look for in something negative. Do these 3 things, you know, try it and see how it goes, and you know, continue to do it for each year. Yes, y'all, that is the end of the year review for me for the year 2023. I was trying not to keep this so long. I'm trying to keep it under 10 minutes, max maybe 15. But I do hope that you took something from this video. I pray that you had a great and wonderful year, and I pray that Yahweh blesses you in the next year with whatever your heart contents. He knows your heart, so he will work with you. But I pray that we can actively live for him on a daily basis. The next video will be Q1 and the intentions for the new year. So y'all stay tuned, and I really hope and pray that you know, gather something from this video that you were able to, you know, incorporate into your next year. Maybe there's some things on here that you might want to do or have done, or maybe you'll pick up a journal. You know, maybe you do your own yearly reflection. I say you should, you know, you probably should, but just in case you don't, you know, that's okay. You can always do it again next year. You can always do it next year. No stress. It is now 12:23. It's 12:23, and I guess I've been recording for a whole hour, y'all. Sheesh. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out. Like I said, thank you so much for watching. Let's make heaven crowded.